Did discourses that dealt with Ganga Ma, Saraswati Mata, Lakshmi Mata, and it showed where Saraswati, Ganga, how they had cursed one another, and as a result of that interaction and that play, how we end up with Lakshmi Mata being correlated to the form of the Tulsi. Saraswati Mata is now in the form of a river that is no longer upon the earth, they cannot find it. And Ganga Mata is still there. Tonight, I want to focus, as we are leading up to the Tulsi discourse, I want to give, as we get into the Lakshmi, because as we are about to hear some of the katha relating to Lakshmi Devi, last night we heard about the kavach of Saraswati Mata and her usage. There are many people that do not know. You have Durga Mata, and we know some of Durga. But there are people in the Hindu faith still believe that Navratri is 3-night Lakshmi, 3-night Saraswati, 3-night Durga. We know Navratri, for example, is indicative, it is meaning that there was a battle for 9 nights. We know these things. And the simplest way, if you want to ask a Hindu about it, ask them which hand in Lakshmi's pitya, which hand has a weapon? Which hand of Saraswati Mata holds a weapon, like how Kali Mata is brandishing a cutlass, for lack of a better word, for children to understand. She's ready to go to war. She's ready to charge in battle. Durga Mata has every weapon. But yet still we say 3 nights for Lakshmi, 3 nights for Saraswati. And what it shows is that there is a misunderstanding of Saraswati and Lakshmi in our Hindu faith. If we keep only doing the same discourse over and over, my dear brothers and sisters, we will be so confused. Because if the Pundit asks you, if 3 nights Lakshmi, 3 nights Saraswati, 3 nights Durga, where does Kali Mata fit in the Navratri? Just consider that for a second. So tonight, last night, after I was finished and we spoke about things like the mantras where you are asking for success in interview, success on your body to sit upon you so that, you know, I have a big exam this morning, I don't want to be nervous, I don't want to get short breath. Practical things that parents are really experiencing now. The kind of anxiety that parents have now for the morning, let's say when the SEA is coming, when the results is coming. Just now CXC and A-levels results are coming, and people have major problems with their children and breathing. For example, for some children, in my time when I was in the university, a child jumped off the building when he didn't get the grades that he wanted because of the pressure that is applied to children. So, according to last night's discourse, if you want to have the performance, Vag Devi has mantra, Saraswati Mata, in the form where she's in charge of the speech. For the children that could write the answer, but they cannot give a presentation. They get nervous when they have to stand in front of a crowd. There is mantra, there is prayer, it's just we are not doing the prayer. So, if you are not taking the medicine, how do you expect this medicine to work? We go to satsang and we get the medicine, the answers in our hands. But how many people are practicing what we are hearing? But we expect. Somehow, the Advil is on the table. As I was telling Avi, the Advil on the table, it's not in your mouth, but you're expecting to get the relief as if you take the Advil. And you know where you see that a lot? Go in a home where a parent has to, did you say your prayers this morning, son? Did you light it dear? Oh God, ma. I'll ever get that? That kind of slouching. Let me explain something. Somebody asked me last night. I'm telling everybody, Uncle Ramesh, use the cameraman, you will complain first. The children, the poor children, sit down here. And I love children. Oh God, if I bad. Baba, how you could invite them on stage and they're talking and they're playing and they're making noise this side one night. And Baba, you normal. I want to ask everybody, and I'm bringing up this now. What am I supposed to do? Pell them with a lota. Let me tell you something. Let them come and make all the noise right here. These loving children, when they was coming off the stage, say, Auntie, Mommy, Baba, they're telling she, Auntie, we would like to go and use the toilet, please. That don't count for nothing. Look at the manners. Look at the attitude and the interest. If the pundit, if the leader says, hey, shut your mouth, but sing. And that kind of contradicting myself. Me personally, children is to make noise. It have limits to everything, I agree. Good parenting is important, but that don't start here. That start at home. When they come here, let them feel free, let them be part. Me and no professional, everybody. Them is the professional. You go see the organist going up the road and poor Keshava going down the road. Please, me I have no dreams or delusions of being any great singer or any musician. So you see, if they had to make the mistake, let them make all the mistake with me. I who make them to come there. I who say that. I don't want professionals. Let me talk about group. You could apply this to your house, you could apply this to the temple. You see, when people get it in their mind that they're better than. Last time me and my godson was talking about the degree holder. We talk about getting a job. I remember in my time, I was doing biology and biochemistry and with same Professor Adis from here, research in microbiology. And I thought I was the biggest thing. And I remember that man tell me one day you'll get a degree in your hand and it will have no value. And I live to see it. In UE, you have many children who come out feeling I'm an engineer. I know more than you. But when you come out and you have the paper, this blessed paper in your hand, you realize dog better than you. Because you have no experience, you have no longevity. It's like you start all over again and people is break you. In group is the same thing. The dentalist is telling he's the best. The pundit feel he's God. The drummer feel he's God. And everybody want to play them as God. Don't talk about the singer. Don't go there. It is happening in temple. You ever see that one? You know where this course going to teach you tonight? When that ego running like that, Lakshmi does not stay with you. I made a statement last night that when you have a gift and you abuse that gift, one way of abusing a gift is ill-speaking somebody. And I'm using examples that you're going to remember. We Indian people, oh my God, we special. The roti man is bad talk, the next roti man. Same flour, you know, but I have something special. My roti is be lighter and fluffier and better. You see this Baba? This Baba, the bad talk, that Baba. And when we meet each other, love you, Baba. Never hear that. The Tasa man, oh God, them potting, they want to beat each other when they meet up for the wedding. The drummer is watch each other hard, so like they on crooks, it's a battlefield, ready to fight. You didn't see competition, they play dantal too. You ever see that? Don't talk about the dancer. Indian people, we talk about ourselves. Lakshmi does not stay with people like that. What do you do in your home? You have a problem, do you address the problem, or you just go bad talking and right around? You go and tell your father now, start to pick up your clothes from the floor. You go and tell him now, So when will we reach to the point where it can be straightforward? You had to get vexed. Say, hey, I have a little problem with something you're doing. I can't handle something you're doing. Do you know that Lakshmi will remain there? What we just do on the other hand, we just go and talk and ill speak and play who is one. It is happening in organization. It is happening in families. It is happening in extended families in particular. Amongst brother and sister. Don't talk about satsang group. Don't talk about prayer circle. You name it. Yesterday, it happened between Saraswati and Ganga Mata. One person said, well, if them could fall out, who is we? And I'm saying this just for you to understand. Some of these discourses are used for everybody to understand. Remember, the purpose of the Murti is to hold your attention. The Lingam says, I am neither male or female. I am energy, I am Shakti. The true form of God is, let me say, arguably, the dear light. But he break it down, he mash it up in a way that we could remember, oh, Mother Durga is sitting on a tiger, so I close my eye and I will remember the tiger. So I could understand her form. But imagine you had to conceive about an idea about God that you had no perception, you had no idea about this God. How are you going to think about God? In different instances, for example, historically, before Jesus walked the earth, in times of Babylon and other places, Prussia and other historical places, the issue was, how does your God look? How does your God, what does he like to eat? What do you like to offer? Strangely, according to our text, India stretched where Iran and Iraq and all these Afghanistan places were. Where Lingam worship was done in all those places. When the kingdom of Law and Kush is cut and separated for Sri Ram to leave the earth. Iran is explained in that discourse. Not how we know it now. The form of where Iran is man-made. When the individual gets it in his head about your understanding, your concept of God, then you have to grow. It's not to only think Saraswati is one way, because what you would soon realize, just as a child knows I went and I passed the exam in maths, did you learn all the maths in standard 4? Think about that. You get an A, you learn maths, you're a good maths student. But then when you reach a form 3, you know nothing. Reach form 5, you know nothing. 6th form, A levels, university, and you're still learning. You're still learning. So the authors and the orators of our texts use Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu as the actors in a play, so that you would sit down and listen to the katha, listen to the story, remember it, think about it, recall it. When Shabri and Sri Ram are talking about the different forms of devotion, for example, the 9 forms of devotion, there's one called to recall, to give it back, to take it in and then dish it back out. We're conversing about it tomorrow morning when we're cutting up Takari. Smarnam. I like to hear what the Baba read. First time I hear that. I did hear it this way, I heard it that way. And that conversation, that is puja. A different way of holding God here. Tonight, I want to help you understand a little bit about your Lakshmi, to reveal some of the secrets of Lakshmi and how Lakshmi works. Tonight, if you are making this mistake in your home, please remedy it. If it happens to fit in your garden, believe me, I am not talking about you. I am talking about my group. I am talking about my home. I am talking about me and Pundit Sunil and Pundit Devi, how we just bad talk each other. Now don't get me wrong, it's an example after calling the name. Let me explain something about me and these Babas and them. When that Baba sick, he just tell me, We live like brothers. I don't know why Pundit like the bad dog Pundit for. I don't know who vexed with who. But I don't work like that. We are one. And this is how we have to work in the house. It could only have one motive, one direction. We have a problem, we talk it out like people. But when my Baba sick, oh God, how I go sit uncomfortable here? When my Baba feeling warm, how I go feel comfortable? Just like my own family. What you like for yourself, do for everybody else, right? That is what I want to hear. You hear that? That is life. That is your Devi. Don't irritate come Saturday and then complain about it on Wednesday night. When your house full of noise like that, what more you want? Anybody disagree? Narad Muni is asking, could you please tell me? I have been listening, I'm quoting again tonight from the 9th book. The 9th book of Devi Bhagavad. Jan Vijay is listening to Guruji and Narad Muni. Their conversation is what is being related to Jan Vijay. Narad Muni is asking Lord Vishnu, now I have heard of Saraswati and Ganga. Tell me more about this Lakshmi. Prabhu, I thought she lived in Vaikunth by your feet. Every time I visit you, I'm seeing her Masawe in the foot. There's a discourse about Madhu and Kaitab where she comes and she's the one who wakes you from your slumber. But I thought that was all. Could you please tell me? Could you please tell me more about how she brings benefit to this earth? And where does she go to become Tulsi? Could you please tell to me this discourse? We enter into discourse where he talks about a father. The answer. Lord Vishnu says there is a father who loves to do Lord Shiva Puja. This discourse has two parts. This father has two sons. We are only going to talk about one son tonight. Tomorrow night I'll do the other one. The father is a lover of Mahadev. Have you ever encountered somebody like that? Hear what he says. Only Shiv Puja makes sense. Only my way is the way. Only my procedure, only what I do is sensible. What you do is stupidness. This is how he speaks. Problem with this fella is the king. So he says only Shiv Puja is allowed. Nothing else. Nothing else. Let's hear what happens to this guy. King Vishwa, this person would only do Lord Shiva Puja. And he made the declaration one day in his kingdom that we are only going to do Shiv Vrat, Shiv Puja. Chandrasekhara is very happy with this. He is pleased because his puja is doing. Surya Narayan Swami, when there is no deep puja, what we call deep puja, what we call Vastu Puja, what we call Bhumi Puja, Prithvi Puja, all is the same. Puja for the earth. Mother Earth suffers. Plant life, animal life, the entire food chain is disrupted. All the devatas go and they beg the sun, you who send forth your rays to this earth so that we can have food, water, air, etc. Please bring some stabilization. Please bring some equilibrium. Please bring back balance in this system. People are doing Shiv worship, but Mother is suffering. And we are suffering as a result. Please help us. Surya Narayan Swami says, in a place where Mother's worship is not done, please remember this. He says, O King, Om Vrisha, wherever Mother's worship is not done, how do you expect to have her darshan? How do you expect to have prosperity? How do you expect to have fortune? I put strap on your people, on your family. You see all the wealth you've accumulated? You see all the benefit you have? Because you are not worshiping the land. You are not worshiping mother. You are not worshiping the plants. You are not worshiping her for. You will not have that barakat. You will not have that Lakshmi. You will not have that Shrishti. You will not have the Drishti or that type of vision that you will see your way back to Mahalakshmi. You will not have it. Oh, you fool. You want to go and do only one side, only Shiva, and leave out Shiva Puja, male and female. You want to do Shiv Puja and leave out Shakti Puja? No problem. Today I put strap upon you, and you will burn with poverty, with sickness and sadness. Sadly, those people that depend on you for leadership, oh, so poor are those people that they will put their faith and their life in your hands, and you will drag them, and you will suffer them, and you will put them to pain, and you will never see a way. It is as if the blind is leading the blind. You will never see a way to come out of it. The king dies of sickness. When a person does not have Lakshmi, that person cannot have health. For a person who has the health, then you know what true wealth is. You want to harbor money, no problem. You want to do prayers only for money, no problem. But then comes a time when the doctor and the pharmacist will take all money. If you don't harbor the right Lakshmi in your life, the lawyer, we are going to enter in the house of Kush Dwaj. Tomorrow night, we'll do Dharam Dwaj. Kush Dwaj, after doing great amount of tapasya, dhyan, puja to Lakshmi Mata. Mother wants to enter into his family. This is what Lord Vishnu tells Narad Muni. Janbi Jai says, could you tell me what did Lord Vishnu tell Narad Muni? Please tell me the history in detail of how that blessing came. Tonight, as we go into this part, if you are the owner of daughters, please listen very carefully. If you have granddaughters, please listen. Sometimes when Pundits speak, we speak very clear about the role and benefit of sons. And oh boy, we just break down with girl children. Sometimes the girl children feel a little less than. Tonight, listen to the value of a daughter. Malavati is the wife of Kush Dwaj, and they are praying for children. Kush Dwaj is praying to Lakshmi for darshan. Oh Narad Muni, how do you want to get Lakshmi? Let a daughter be born in the family. This daughter was one part of Kamala Devi. Lakshmi Mata took her incarnation. It is time for her to take form, and with her form, she brings back the rest, the love, the energy of a house. When a home does not have the barakat, whether it is the blessing of the mother or the mother-in-law, whether it is the entrance of the wife or the daughter-in-law, whether it is the presence of a child, a girl child, sitting in the lap of the now married couple, or in the home as a daughter, wherever that child plays, wherever that child walks, she brings with her the energy, the Shakti of Lakshmi. And if done properly, in the proper lagan, the proper puja, that girl child will bring upliftment. She has the power to bring happiness, and if not in the correct time, she can bring negative, heavy foot they call it, different type of trouble they call it. Let's share what happens. Malavati is praying, give me a child, and Mother Lakshmi wants to come. Have you ever heard the name Vedwati? For the older ones here, do you know who Vedwati is? Please listen, younger ones, those on the live feed, please listen. When the mother was praying, she's holding, we talked about how to have the baby, how to develop the baby. We've spoken about Shashtima. The mother does the Shashti Stotra that the ladies have. If you want it, get it from them. Om Hring Shashti Devyai Nama. Mother, please let me know how to harbor this child. It says that the mother started to glow Her temperament change, her eating habit change. She wants to eat different things. She's craving different things. Her body is behaving differently. When the place is cool, she's hot. When everybody is eating, she's upset. When everybody is sleeping, she's hungry. The child within her body is jumping when drums are being reverbed. When this vibration is being echoed as a song, the belly is getting stiff. And the mother is going through a journey that nobody could prepare her for. Mala is very happy. She's very happy. Narad Muni, Lakshmi in the form of Vedwati is coming. Vedwati is the one. She's the essence. Vedwati is produced on the lip of Lakshmi. She's the energy. She's the rust. She's the love, the joy of the Vedas. Hence her name. And she's coming into this home. And this mother feels this energy growing within her. Ask a mother here tonight. A man will never understand this, and I don't profess. I am only repeating what is written here. But ask a mother, when you are making a blessed child, you know the value of what you have. Worse, when a person prays and that child is coming with gifts. In our text we talk about Abhimanyu, when the father whispered prayer, when people pray and talk to that belly and the child is listening and that energy is being imbibed within that child. When that child comes out and that child has that knowledge and innate ability, and somebody asks, how long time children was so stupid? My word, long time children couldn't do them things. And today, when I can log in Facebook and Gmail and Instagram and all them things, I just hand my nephew it and he said, Mommy, you really stupid boy. When I can connect my fire stick and all these different things to the TV, my nephew will say, Mama, look boy, what's come? Who teach you that? How you know that? Mala is praying for what? Imagine in the privacy of your room. You know it's the easiest thing for a lady to get? Not blessing, blame. Talking to her child, she says, if you come in bad time, if you bring bad omens, if you come with a heavy foot, as people say, if you come with bad tidings, when the Pundit will read of your patra, when the Pundit will read of your birth chart, if he sees bad and he tells your father that this child is going to bring bad things here, oh dear child, oh, we will be in trouble. Don't do it. Don't pull me down. When the wedding going on and everybody wonder, Gunga Gana. You'll talk about that just now. Yeah, I sing it. You'll hear where we sing it. Everybody want to sing and nobody is studying what time that girl have to come through that door. The mother-in-law knows the value of it because she knows it is she who will be in trouble if that Lakshmi is not there. Baba, we just see people partying till 10 o'clock in the night. Yeah, go and live and see if they remain married. Go and see how they live in 1 year after the wedding. Go and see. Yes, people do things. That don't mean they're correct. Please listen. The mother is saying, I will get blamed. I will get blamed very easy if you do not come in an auspicious lagan. If you do not have that auspiciousness, dear child, boy or girl, I don't know what he is. I don't know who he is. But when you come here, come in such a way that you will lift us. Your father is going through all forms of trouble. Your father is going through all forms of hardship. And I want you to come here and change the story. Be the answer to the problem. Be the solution to his trouble. And lift your father. Be that Lakshmi. Hear the prayer. Be the Lakshmi to his predicament. Just as Lakshmi Mata sits on Lord Vishnu lap. And she's always there helping him every time he comes as Ram. He's come as Vishnu. He's coming in different incarnation. Lakshmi's always, Devi's always helping him. My dear child, in all the work that the male form of God does, female is always there. Please come into this home as a Devi and bring that Shakti and goodness with you. The child is born. And this beautiful girl child is born with knowledge. The father does not have to take much time to see. Remember, we were talking about the ceremonies where the father is given the name. The father does all the sanskar. He says, this is my child. I'll remind you, when the baby born, daddy gets busy. He has to do all the different praschit karma, all the different karampal must be done. The Yagya Devta, the Dakshina that is being shared, just as Vasudeva is in the jail cell and he is given in his mind all the cow when Krishna and Balaram is taken for. In reality, the father has to pay the mother for the child. The father has to give gifts because I get this child. And then one day he has to pay for Pitri Yagna. He has to do Tarpan offering. Thank you for giving me this soul, this Jeev. For this Putri. People talk about Putra, that the son, when he does the Shrad, he'll save the soul of the families. When the girl is alive. When the girl is alive. When the father, is alive. For the son to do what you have to do, you have to die first. For Pinna to offer. You have to die first. While the girl is alive and the girl is living and the girl is training her family, her children, her grandchildren. One day, when you have to do something called Kanyadan, and you take this blessed girl and you put her in the worst family. The son-in-law belongs to the worst home, has no training. You'll hear it in the Tulsi discourse. But this girl comes with training from her mother and father and starts to straighten that boy. In my home, we light diyas. In my home, we say prayer before we move into the house. In my home, we just bless the car before we drive the car. What kind of people are these, boy? A good wife will nag, will fight, will do what she have to do to get that husband first and then the children after on the right track. And one day, whose child is that? Who is that daughter-in-law? Oh my God. That daughter-in-law of yours, that wife of yours, wow, was she impressive. That is a force. You cannot play with she. Whose daughter is that? And that father and mother is getting blessing right there. That is the value of a girl. But the son, what they say? Son is son until he get a wife. Daughter is for life. Because when he get the wife, and now it's time for you to focus on me and forget your mother and father. Don't study them, you know. Focus on your children. Then the best of son is chip. We live in that society. But when you have a good girl child, that girl child sacrifices not only for husband's side, but for the father house as well. Because when the wedding is going on, even then, I love him, you know. So honey rat are going. But even then you'll hear the girl say, if my father and my mother is to face any hardship, if they are going to go through any type of difficulty, oh husband, I expect you to help them. Stand up with them, rescue them, save them even then, and then I'll marry. Only when the husband accepts that deal, then they get married. Remember your vows. The girl is always praying for her father. Always. And father, the right father, is always praying for his daughter. He does the prayer and he gives the name and he bows the air. Karina Veda, first year or third year in life, the father says, I am the one who's going to hold you when they pop the ears. The father does the prayers for everything. If they are born in bad time, the girl has to sit on the father lap to do that prayer. Mool, Shanti Puja, we talk about that. The father and this daughter have such a wonderful relationship. God bless you if your father alive. Please listen. Vedwati, learning. She starts to pull the knowledge and the father is seeing her strong, beautiful, intelligent woman. Internally, externally, she is vibrant and nobody can take her or use her or play with her. This is not the type of person you take for a run. This is not the one you try to chain up, as people say. I'll give you 2 rows. I'll say this tonight. You see that thing called rose and chocolate? It's deadly. Please be careful what you teach your children. You see teddy bear? Teddy bear deadly. Please understand what you are teaching your children. Please listen tonight. If you know the history of those things, you're going to really wonder. Why? The teddy bear? Theodore Roosevelt in America, the president, once killed a bear that was hunting the people that was in the village, in the town. Listen to where the teddy bear come from. He kills the bear, bow, shoot. And the person doing the general store, the shopping area, to commemorate the great act of the president, made a stuffed toy and called it the teddy bear. Because Teddy Roosevelt killed the bear. So people bought the bear to commemorate their great leader. You and I, till this day in Trinidad, never went to America to see Theodore Roosevelt, dead before we time. Somehow we never see a bear in real life. Babes, I love you. Look at Teddy Bear. Look, Teddy Bear now. Love you. Love what? You are teaching your girl children. You see, when a man come with flowers and chocolate and he bribe you, and he say, listen, I want to hold your hand. I want to sing song for you like a fool, to mama guy you and chain you up. When he give you something, you give him something. What the girl does give? Tell me. If the man, the gentleman will say, just give the rose and the chocolate and the teddy's bear, and the girl as a fool takes the teddy bear, what does the girl give? But you're teaching your children that, please remember that. Wait, what he grew up in that young girl. Why am I talking about the teddy bear and the rose? Please listen. Rawan is a young guy. He ain't no way close to marry. He didn't even get the name Rawan yet. At this time, he's called Dashanan. Rawan is given the name Rawan when the mountain of Mahadev Kailash is rammed on his left hand. And when he thought he was big and strong, and he was calling Mahadev, chanting the name of Mahadev, and Parvati Mata got very upset that Lord Shiva was allowing this person to play with his ego, that, oh look Mahadev, I could lift the Kailash Parvat. And even then, Parvati Mata gives Mahadev a nudge, and the toe of Lord Shiva touched the tip of Kailash and pressed it on his arm. When he started to bawl, what does Rawan mean? Simply the one who bawled very loudly. He started to squeal, so much so everybody heard. This is long before that. Dashanan is young and he feels he's very vibrant, very good looking, too good looking, full of himself. And he goes close to Vedwati. And when he sees her beauty, what do people see when they see a daughter? They see her value. They see what they could get from her. What do parents talk to their children today? God alone knows. But please remember to talk to your girl children about what people want from them. When Rawan looks at Vedwati, he admires her teeth, her figure, her color, her hair. Her hair was the problem. In our Dharma, people talk about modesty and the covering of the hair and the covering of the body. But parents today, when you allow your children to come in prayer circles and circles where girls' bodies are on display. When Pundit talk about this, if Pundit Sunil say this, if Pundit Devi say this, all you go bash him. Pundit Keshava, I really care. Let me tell you something. If no Pundit could say what I'm saying, you know why? The first thing the mother them, you see the Pundit watching the girl on them. How you notice what she wearing? First of all, everybody, this is my best friend, this is my wife. Please know your place. But if a Pundit cannot say, listen, dress properly for prayers. The other day it happened in court in Trinidad. The judge put the lady out because she was not appropriately dressed. Women today want rights, and I have no problem with women's rights. I am all for it. But then there's a difference between lewd and being modest. That has nothing to do with rights. Just sometimes you're setting a bad example for our girl children. And when they find themselves in trouble, then we have a different problem. We need to get back a little control over the dress code. At least we need temple, we talk about the temple. How people dress, how they attire themselves. Vedwati was taught to pull the piece of sari over the head, to hide the features that made her woman. Last night, or the night before when we were talking about what is Pati. When we hear about Uma Pati, Kailash Pati, Parvati Mata says, you see, whatever my body is, whatever figure, whatever physique, whatever I have, that is for one man and one man alone. My body is not for any man that comes with rose and teddy bear and you want to touch, caress, take and use me like a doll, play with me and then throw me away. Not my body. That is what our Dharma preach. One person. Hence I refer to my husband as Pati. But ladies today, our mothers, how do you know you're in trouble? Bhagavad Gita tells it. Chapter 1 says you are in Kali Yuga. When the ladies of the family, the village, the ladies lose their modesty, their morality, their code of conduct, then we are in Kali Yuga. Why? If your mother does not teach you the correct thing, who's going to teach you? If your mother have no standard, if you come from a womb that is very low, and you come as if you are just a toy that people use for money. Suppose somebody gets it in that girl's head, well, if you give me money, you could take whatever I have and do with me whatever you want. Suppose somebody teaches their daughter that, what will you say? Good parenting? I know now, Baba. I don't know. The ladies have that ability to hold us, according to Gita. So when we do not train our children properly, comes a problem. Vedwati father was a strict person. What is the strictness? Protect yourself. Protect your name. Protect who you are. And remember, Kailash Pati means only one person gains the right, has the authority over and dominion over your body. Not every man, not any man, not today's one man and tomorrow's and next man. No, it don't work like that. It's not supposed to work like that. He says to her, when the time is right and we choose somebody for you, then you will go into that realm, into that varma, into that type, into that ashram of life. But until then, cover your body. The father invites the king, Kushdwaj, invites a guest over. His name is Dashanan, referred to as Ravan here. Ravan politically came for a meeting. But according to our Dharma, Atiti Dev Bhava, the daughter is taught that when guests come, babe, go and give them something to drink, show hospitality. Good. She does her part, covers her hair, does not make inappropriate chatter with somebody she doesn't know. This is my father's friend. This is somebody who is of a different level. In Hindi, when they offer you something to drink, chai PGA, Guruji, PGA, they will change the language for the person you're speaking to. If we are talking to you and I, we are at the same level. PO, chai PO. Will you drink tea? And if you're talking to a child, P, chai pia, P, for somebody who is below you. Understand the difference? In English, we say, hey, you gotta drink the tea. But in Hindi, so beautiful that depending on the stature of the individual, there's a different way. So even in her language, she shows respect. Good. But you know what? People who do not have that training don't know what is decorum, what is to be done and what is not to be done. In her training, when you offer somebody something to eat or to drink, give them a chance, step away. Don't stand up over them to talk like this. Have you ever seen people do that to Pundits? Baba, you want to take out your food and you give them a chance. You go. Why? According to our Dharma, when you start up there and you're talking breads, is chana and aloo, roti, tea and spit. On behalf of Pundit Sunil and Pundit Devi, thank you all for sharing spit from time to time. Don't do that. She was taught, and watch it, you just see it. Indian culture, they put down the food and then they back away because of that. That was training. That is the example of the father. And in this case, the father prepares and he says, know how to receive people. Know how to deal with people depending on their stature. You hear that in the wedding vows again. The husband says, when you come to my home, you are to be respectful and receive the guests and deal with them towards according to our means, our stature, their stature. The pundit, the neighbor, the child know how to interact, know what is to be said and what is not to be said, and act accordingly. This father does that and he prepares her. He says, this is a king. Know how to receive the individual. But nobody taught Ravan what is to be done. What he does? He says, oh beautiful one, oh fair one, with your wonderful teeth, with your shapely body. I don't want to read this part because it talks about literally of female attributes from head to toe. Something that might make, if you hear it, you might feel uncomfortable. Just imagine for me what he said. He starts to literally heckle the girl in her father's house. I don't know if this happened today. That has happened. That it is bring home people that is sometime when father move one side, they start, you know, you could give me something. I wonder what you're looking for, roti. Let me give you one horror story, and I'm speaking directly to the fathers here tonight. For those people that are looking on at home, please remember what I'm saying and see the good in what I say. A person who comes to check Patra came one day crying. He said, Pundit, I don't know what to do. I said, what now? He said, well, we had a get together. And when the music was blaring about the dumb man who could sing, the dumb man who could sing, the dumb man who could sing, Gunga Gana, I mean the dumb man who could sing. And all are we so stupid, we dance into this thing. Gungan, Gungi, everybody, what that mean? I cannot talk, my tongue, I'm born different, I can't talk. He said the music be blaring and I lost track of who did in front of me. You know, the party going good. And Baba, I well take one or two for myself too, eh? But Baba, me I telling you who I'm talking about, eh, please. But I just want you to listen to the scenario. When I went in to get more ice, I find one of my friends on top of my daughter in her bedroom. And he holding she down, but the poor child is 13 years old. Squealing for daddy, daddy, daddy. But the dumb man singing, the dumb man singing. Nobody couldn't hear. What kind of father are you? What kind of fathers we have today? Where you're bringing the monster home. You know, in Ronald Reagan's time, there was a statement, stranger danger. And in schools today, where you talk about family crisis and family problems, it is not a stranger anymore. That is bringing the danger. What about when it's daddy's friend? What about when it's stepdaddy? What about when it's daddy? How do you handle that? This is why you hire Godfather. This is why you have avenues. You have room. We have children authority. You have the police. You have people that could help you. But please, don't prepare your child to have this type of experience. Indian people like to hide things under the carpet. That is not the way. We can't do those things anymore. And I encourage people to talk it out. We have hotlines. We have methods and means. I hope here in the organization one day with these young children, Auntie, I hope I encourage all of you. Please share with the people just on the wall self, just the wall. So nobody had to come and ask. In community centers around the world, you see the suicide hotline, the sexuality hotline. How to come and say, Baba, I am not sure if I am a heterosexual or homosexual. I don't know. I don't know who I like. But I can't tell my father this. Before you kill yourself, child, talk to somebody. Domestic violence, he beating me, he killing me, he poisoning me. Before you kill yourself, talk to somebody. Ravan made this girl very uncomfortable. And what he did was, he thought he could touch her. But remember, this person is a very prayerful individual. And when his hand went through her hair like this, as he came closer, she feels, according to Devi Bhagwan, she feels as if, I want to use her word, it's not that, but it's not to make light of the matter, but she feels as if she's raped. I am not comparing this to what rape really is. I'm saying it in a way for you to understand the emotion. She feels as if her body is now tainted. A man other than my father never touched me. And now this person is touching you and telling you these things. It would have an effect. When we were small, my mother used to call it the no feeling. I have two sisters, I'm sure she blushing. And mommy used to tell me, as I tell her the other night, my father died. So she afraid, because in this world it have all kind of monsters that rape boys and girls alike. So my mother would sit us down and say, listen to me, all these big children, we were smaller, all these big children, if anybody touch all you and only get the no feeling, make sure and come and tell me. Will you just tell your children? Do you realize that you are living in a world of all kind of snakes and vipers waiting to pounce on your children? Please understand why I would say let them come here and let them laugh. Let them run around and make all this squealing, all the noise, because it's safe here. Children cannot play like how long time we used to play. In my time, I know I am the cause of my grandmother. You see, my grandmother, she's going to heaven when she dead. Because the amount of time she cussed me, called me, quarreled me, oh God. Saturday when we reached by my nanny, we saw only day outside. And if you know me, I'm telling you now, I love chow. That was we snack in we days. We never know about going my parlor to buy them things. We used to make from tamarind, the cane chow, mango, whatever in season, potting it in trouble. But when the ladies take a vex for, I said, thief, she sold container. So every time she go to cook, she missing the salt container. So when I say she will go to heaven, Keshava, 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 and she quarreling, Keshava, 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 and she going. Children don't have that anymore. You could trust your child to go be outside your eyesight, to go up the road and pelt stone on a tree, pick mango, go somewhere in the savannah, in the bush somewhere, and make something, eat lime, play whole day, come home with mud all over the body. No, if they touch the mud, you have a problem. And our children are becoming weaker, more allergies, and we cleaner and we're more sterile, but the children becoming more sickly. And people talk about how playing in grass have a little benefit for your health. We live in the seed. Vedwati felt very unclean, and she says, I am going to give up this birth. This girl, some people might say this is overreacting. He only touched your hair. Well, let me ask you, what do you have to touch before you're ready to react? Tell me, where's the limit? If you tell me this girl, because somebody's touching her hair and she's ready to get so reactive, is wrong, okay, I accept that, fine. I'm not saying give up the life, I'm not saying that. But what could somebody do to you before you react? What are you really saying? What is the message that we give our girl children today? What could a person do them before they go and talk to the police or to their mother and say, Ma, you know, it's really getting out of hand? What could be done in a home? Because you know what is the message? The message is stick it out. And Pundit talked about the divorce rate the other night, and I said. So the message is let anybody do whatever they want to do to you. Let them do it. That would the Pundit say apparently. To work like that. How could you then worship a Devi, and the Devi at home you make her cry every day? How could you worship children Saturday night in the Kanya Kumari Puja and you make children go through that type of stress, worries, pain, trouble? Sometimes they can't even talk, they don't know what to say. how? What kind of Ravan are we? We is the word I use. Prem Shabalo Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. She says, when I give up this world, when I give up this life, you want to see my power? When you see this, because you touch my hair, I am going to be the end of your family. I will come, and when you touch me again, it will mark the end of your family. Anybody ever heard this discourse before? No? No idea what we're talking about? Where it's going? Ravan is stunned, shocked. He can't move. You're talking about my family now, we're married, we are children yet. You know, it now hit him that when you do something, something else is going to happen. A reaction is going to happen. Let's hear. Vedwati gave up. She ascends to the heavens. And Ravan is thinking about what just happened. Did it just happen? Oh my God, I have to remember this. I have to remember to be careful and to look out for this trap. And when I look out for it, I can curtail it. I can prevent it from happening. Janak is praying for prosperity. Janak in Ramayana is praying for prosperity, and he's guided, go and plow the land. Put gold on the tip of the plow and drill the land. And from the land, Vedwati came back as Sita Mata. In the land, she's born as the prosperity in the home of Raja Janak. She's brought up to worship Mahadev. She's brought up to do Mangala Gauri Puja. When she is to the age, when she sees Sri Ram, when he comes into the city, when they were planning to have her Swayambar, what does she do? She is taught by her father, go and pray to Mangala Gauri every Tuesday. When the wedding date is set, people worship this form of Shakti every Tuesday from the date it is set to the day of the wedding. Please protect my husband. Sita Mata, when Sri Ram went and he tell Guruji, I saw somebody in the garden. I don't know who that person is, but please guide me. Sita Mata went and talked to mother and tells her, I've seen him. I have heard about that Lord of the Raghu, and he is here. He is wandering the garden. I hope he wins the competition for my hand. I hope my father chooses him as my life partner. I hope my father gives me that blessing that I can go into that dynasty so that I will be fulfilled. I saw his feet today, not his face, his feet. Sita Mata is married to Sri Ram and she's kidnapped. But before she's kidnapped by Ravan, when they go into the forest, oh Narad, when they go into the forest, there's an exchange. Again Dev comes and he says, oh Prabhu, it is time for me to hold the real Sita with me, and you keep Chaya Sita with you, a shadow of the mother, so that Ravan can do his work, but don't allow him to touch the real goddess. This exchange happened in secret. Not even Lakshman knows of this exchange. And Sri Ram plays the Leela. He allows it to go. Sita Mata is kidnapped, and by the touch of Sita, Valmiki says when he touched the body of Sita, when the deer came and he ran and that demon changed into the body of the demon and he calls out, oh Lakshman! And Lakshman he's guided, go into the forest and save your brother, he's calling you. When they destroy the body of that demon is working for the Vijaya, the doorkeeper of Vaikunt, the person who is the personal assistant of Vijaya. He was the deer in that discourse to cause Lakshman to abandon the post. Sita Mata now is playing the part to allow Ravan to touch her. And when he comes and he says, please help me, and she crossed the line so that he could hold her. When he held her hand, when he held on to that hand, that is where the moment the karma started to play. And as he grabbed onto her, an entire lineage was destroyed. Sita Mata jumps on the chariot with him and she does the lila. She goes. Sri Ram is playing the part and he destroys him in the battlefield. When they are coming out of the battlefield, tears are running from Lakshman's eyes. Sri Ram is not allowed to enter into the city of Lanka. So Vibhishan and others Hanuman brings Sita Mata out. But when he gives the word to Lakshman, make a fire to purify your sister, she must walk through that fire. Lakshman, not knowing the situation, not knowing the history of Chaya, Sita, he feels, why is my brother being cruel? No, she has gone through so much, my sister-in-law, my sister, this goddess, this mother. Why is he making her walk through fire? Tears, but he has to listen to his brother. There could only be one leader, and this is my leader. Even now, reluctantly, hesitantly, he goes and he brings the wood and he makes the fire. Sita Mata is getting ready. Chaya Sita is getting ready to mount the fire. And as she mounts, again Dev comes and he makes an exchange. He holds the Chaya and he releases the real Sita to Sri Ram. Chaya Mata speaks to Agendev. Sri Ram hears her. Let's hear the question that Chaya Devi asked of Agin. She says to him, I did your bidding. Listen to my question now. She says, you put me to be with Sri Ram, and I have grown attached to him. Oh Agni, oh Ramchandra, guide me. Sita is yours, but guide this Chaya, guide this fake one, that I must attain some benefit. Allow me to have happiness. Allow me to know that divine peace of having a good husband as well. Show me that blessing. Give me that discourse that I might be able to bring that joy that you have with Sita, that I could bring into the life of another. Agni, bless her. Go to Pushkar and on the bank of that water, do dhyana and meditation to Swarga Lakshmi. You are the part form of that Lakshmi. Go and do worship to that whole form of mother and get the darshan, get the barakat that you want someone to marry. You will get that happiness that is assured. Go and do her worship. She did the prayer and Lakshmi Mata appeared to Chaya Sita and says, do Shiv worship and ask him for what you want. Mahadev Baba, after listening to the prayer, she would offer ashes on the lingam. She would offer different type of wood that is burnt in Havan, and then she would take that ashes and offer it on the lingam, and she would beg him, may you please give me a good husband. Please give me a good husband. And one day, Mahadev Baba appeared in front of her. Let's hear what happened. You know, sometimes you're praying and you know who's listening. Me, I believe God hearing me, so I could say whatever I want. She made this mistake. Chaya Sita says, give me a husband, grant me a husband, give me a husband, give me a husband, give me a husband. And Mahadev Baba was standing up right there. He says, no problem. Chaya Sita, you will be born as Draupadi and you will have 5 husbands. You have asked me 5 times for a husband and you will get 5 husbands. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. Mahadev says in Satyug, you were Vedvati. In Treta Yuga, you came as the wife of Ram, Sita Mata. In Dwapar Yuga, you will come as Draupadi, the daughter of Drupad. You will exist in every age, and when it is Kali Yuga, you will come as Tulsi Mata. Tomorrow night, we will go into the other brother's house in the other discourse where Lakshmi Mata comes. Draupadi is this one that gains when Arjun won her in the contest. Just for you to remember Mahabharata. He says, Ma Lukwa, bring when he shoots the arrow, and the prize, because of his ability as an archer, was the princess Draupadi. He says, Ma, look what I bring. And Kunti Devi did not lift her head. She says, whatever you have, share it with your brothers. Jai Vishnu. This is why it happened. The same Devi that is called Vedvati, the same Devi that is called Sita, the same Devi that is called Draupadi is connected to that Tulsi. Tomorrow night we are going to hear about that. The person who hears the discourse of Vedvati, Sita, Draupadi, that person, their sins are destroyed, they increase in virtue. Blessed is the girl that hears this discourse, that she's blessed with virtue and virtuousness. She's blessed with the type of modesty, humility, and father that would make her proud. That her father, should that person not have the criteria that she be proud of her father, that that father will change and grow into somebody that she will pray for that person's soul always. What is that father? Please remember this. When the wedding is going on and the boy gets the girl in his hand for the rest of the life of that son-in-law, when he's doing tarpan, he will pray for his father-in-law. Today, by the grace of God, I'm a married man. And the day my father-in-law is no longer with me, it is my job to pray for his soul. Why? Because he gave me my better half. That man is responsible for that. That is how we look at these people in our dharma. With that type of religiosity, with that type of honor. If somebody says, but Baba, that is your father-in-law, you can't do this and you can't do that. That is true. That is true. But there are different ways of honoring somebody. A girl could arty her parents and hug them. Hug them. But don't do the Padma Puja. Don't bow to the feet because they did your foot puja. Somebody asked me this question. When you go to see Pau Puja, Pau, Padma, foot. Pau coming from foot. When the mother and father porting the child going and they rubbing the foot, what they saying today, I put you as Vishnu's son-in-law, and look, I give you the best gift I have. The only thing of value that a father have is his daughter. Trust me, you could have all the money and name you want, and that girl child let you down. Then you're going to understand what I'm saying. Shame is the thing. You see bleach, how bleach could damage this canhawar? Shame is the bleach to the father's name. You understand that? Shame is something that could kill the father. You could have what else, it will not matter. But a girl will lift that father's head wherever she is. A girl has that power to do that. And when that father says, today I am giving you from my surname, son-in-law, I give you this boy, hold it. Krishna Arpan. Yeah, her Sida, there her cow, there her gold to compare with that. When that child have these type of qualities. When that child could make that father proud and that Kanyadan is done, that son-in-law becomes Vishnu. And for this reason, we give them the little Tarya and Luta. But that prayer, that honor has so much meaning that when for the rest of their life, when Dashrath has a daughter and he wanted a son, so he goes in the beginning of Valmiki Ramayana, I'm quoting, he goes and he says to Janak and others, he says, I want to get Shringi Rishi to come in my city. Let us get him to marry my daughter Shanta, the big sister of Shriram. And he does the prayer, the Putrishti Yagna is the son-in-law of Dashrath. But he's worshipped. The son-in-law is artied. Paid Dakshna. We talk about Dakshna. The father-in-law says, son, whatever I could give you, I am a servant. I am your servant. I am your sevak. You are better than me because you are my Vishnu. Today I put you on that pedestal. God bless his son-in-law. He lived up to it. That's a different story. But if somebody says, why I can't arty my father-in-law, that's why. But imagine there are different ways, and I'm just using one tonight to answer this person's question. When the son-in-law has to do terpon, even if, let's say, the son-in-law family now close their eye, always the guru, you pray for your guru, and you pray for your father-in-law because of the gift he gave you. Why is it him and not the mother-in-law? Who owns the surname? The father. Who does the Nam Sanskar? The father. So when the father gives it away, it is he who has the authority to do so. I hope you understand that, the person who asked the question. Prem se bolo Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the discourse. Time ran away again on me. But I hope you're learning about your Lakshmi. I hope tonight you walk away understanding the relationship between your daughter and the darshan you are praying for. Our people are very confused, you know. Let me explain this. What is Diwali? Baba, I hear something about there was turning the water in my Arrow Beach. There was turning the water in my Arrow Beach and Lakshmi Mata come back. To tell you how confused some people is, we don't even know what Diwali is. We hear something, I don't know, but somehow our people take Diwali, the Lakshmi Day, and turn it into Sahina and Alupai Day. Check yourself, talk the truth. How many homes make time to do prayers on Diwali Day? How many people could say, we are begging mother to come in the business place, come in the house, and bless this house with barakat, togetherness, love? No, truthfully, the radio blaring, the neighbor who don't want to hear them bhajan have to hear it, and Alupai and Sahina, Diwali. I hope tonight I'm wetting your taste bud for tomorrow night with this Tulsi and more Lakshmi discourse. You'll hear a lot of things you did not know about Tulsi tomorrow night. But I want you to understand the correlation and the symbolism of this Lady Lakshmi. Griha Lakshmi is what we're talking about, the lady of the house. And when done properly, you're going to have the simplest form of prayer and the biggest form of blessing by simply living correct. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. I want to apologize for going over the little time. Everybody, it's my fault. Forgive me. But I hope you enjoy this course. Did you like it? My intention is for you to learn something, to put it in a way that it is very palatable, that you could laugh, but learn in your laughter. Everybody agree? All right. With your permission, everybody, I want to pause tonight. Please, let's all stand. It's really late. It's really late. Tonight, somebody asked me, who did I learn from prayers? There's a Pundit who celebrates his birthday in New York. Pundit Anand Maharaj, they're from Sisters Road in Trinidad. And I learned from them, him, Pundit Anand, Pundit Krishna, Pundit Parashuram from Avoca. And it is because of these people, today, this Baba knows what he knows. And tonight, he celebrated his birthday yesterday, I believe. Baba, if you're watching tonight, I want to sing for you. As we do Arti, I pray that God bless you with many more years to do many great things. Everybody tonight, as you draw your hand, ladies, please cover your hair. And I hope after listening tonight, I hope the mothers, don't worry, I talked to Auntie Raji and all the other them. We know here hot, don't get me wrong, we live in a hot place. But that is no excuse for nudity. It is not a reason to not cover your hair and not cover your body. And everybody understand what I say? Everybody deal with me? We have to get back to our core values. And this is just one. Worship the Devi in your house, not put her on display.